More turmoil for the Fair Oaks Ranch Police Department.
Its former Officer of the Year, who was fired months after alerting the city to possible misconduct by its police chief, has now filed a whistleblower lawsuit.
As KSAT Investigates' Dylan Collier reports, more officers have come forward and more legal filings are in the works.
I feel like it's still just beginning, a lot of processing still. My name's been dragged through the mud. So it's a work in progress.
And the next step for ex-Fair Oaks Ranch police officer Lacey Gonzalez is to take her former employer to court. In late July, the 6-year veteran filed this 14-page internal complaint against Chief Tim Mooring, accusing him of intimidation, being physically violent toward officers, and detailing one incident in which she claims she witnessed Mooring give Adderall to a Fair Oaks Ranch police officer and animal control officer during a 2019 off-duty party. The possible acts of misconduct dating as far back as 2017. During a subsequent outside investigation, Mooring and the two officers stated the chief did not hand out the prescription stimulant and had instead provided one of them an over-the-counter substance. In a separate allegation listed by Gonzalez accusing Mooring of shoving a lieutenant against a wall while fighting over a mop in 2020, the investigator determined the two men were arguing in a friendly way since there was one mop. Quoting the investigator, Chief Mooring was not above cleaning and demonstrated being part of a team. A second officer, Sergeant Paul Zepeda, resigned, then filed his own workplace complaint against Mooring in early August. But after placing Mooring on leave for months, Fair Oaks Ranch reinstated him last fall and terminated Gonzalez. The outside investigator determined the list of allegations against Mooring were unfounded or not sustained. In a video statement posted to YouTube November 20th, Mayor Greg Maxton claimed Gonzalez and Zepeda were untruthful in their statements during the probe, and that their complaints were actually
an attempt to distract attention away from themselves and conceal their inappropriate sexual relationship.
Gonzalez and Zepeda both told KSAT no sexual relationship between them took place and that the outside inquiry was flawed from the beginning.
Based off the questions he was asking and the people who he selectively interviewed, he never gave us a fair shot. So I knew the direction it was heading day one.
It was their attempt to try to cover their reputation.
Attorney Adam Murray doesn't mince his words when describing Mooring's tenure and says he's now been forced to lay out the chief's past acts in a court filing.
Because of his continuing behavior, it's only going to continue to get worse.
Murray represents Gonzalez, Zepeda, and a third former Fair Oaks Ranch officer, Evan Downey, who resigned in October after being placed under internal investigation. In 2019, then Lieutenant Mooring was accused of pointing his service weapon at Downey while Downey was engaging in horseplay.
I guess he got upset or mad about it and pulled out his gun at me and pointed it towards me. I was afraid to come forward. I was scared.
Downey, in the immediate aftermath, denied the incident had taken place. But when questioned by the outside investigator last year, Downey told us he decided to tell the truth. Downey's decision to correct the record caused the department to accuse him of falsifying his original report about it.
Rather than terminating the chief who actually pulled the gun and pointed it at the officer, they terminate the officer who was the victim of the assault.
There has been no finding Mooring engaged in any professional misconduct to date, and he has not been charged with any crimes in connection with the incidents alleged by people who worked under him. Murray said he's preparing to file a federal lawsuit on behalf of all three former officers, claiming their rights to due process were violated when the department had them added to the Brady list in Comal, Kendall, and Bexar counties. The list, maintained by prosecutors, contains the names of officers with sustained incidents of untruthfulness, labeling them undesirable to call as witnesses, and making it difficult for them to be hired by another law enforcement agency. None of the three district attorneys responded to requests from KSAT asking if the officers are on their respective lists.
It's easy to just say, okay, well, we'll just move on with our life, but that's not going to fix that department.
For KSAT Investigates, I'm Dylan Collier.
Gonzalez is still in the process of serving the city with her suit. In a written statement, Fair Oaks Ranch City Manager Scott Husengay actually wrote Quote, the city stands behind the investigation outcome and made public its findings. The city will not comment on these particular police department matters any further, end quote. A fourth former officer, Richard Davila, sued the city in 2021, claiming he was wrongfully terminated. His petition repeatedly names Chief Mooring. That case is scheduled to go to trial February 5th. Thank you for watching KSAT. If you're on YouTube, remember to like and subscribe to stay up to date with San Antonio's latest news and weather.